Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's we'll be reviewing the Jeep Grand Cherokee Trailhawk. This is Jeep's Land Rover. Before we get into this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Jeep here in Heber for giving me some time with this Trailhawk. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below. I'll also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Now, powering this is a hybrid 4-cylinder that goes through an 8-speed automatic. It's a 2-liter 4-cylinder, by the way. MPGe rating is 56. 23 is the MPG rating without any hybrid assist. It's going to go 26 miles on a charge, and then it produces 375 horsepower and 470 pound-feet of torque. You used to be able to get a Hemi with the Trailhawk package, but they got rid of that. Bring it back, Jeep. Before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Now, I already did a review on the Trailhawk package. This one's a little bit more loaded up, so I wanted to show you guys kind of a more loaded up version, but also I wanted to show you guys this car with the ride heights all the way up, just to give you an idea of how crazy it is. But anyways, some Trailhawk stuff. You got the decal there on the hood. You've got the recovery points, a little bit more aggressive approach angle overall. And then the Trailhawk does come with these nice all-terrain tires from the factory. You can, of course, put more aggressive tires on this if you want. But yeah, this is with the ride height all the way in the off-road 2 setting, so this is as high as it goes. And we are in a little bit of a slant, just so you guys know. But you can see that sits pretty darn high. Of course, you got the fancy Jeep key fob with this, being a loaded up Grand Cherokee. Tons of storage space here in the rear. It's one of the big benefits of the Grand Cherokee. You can see we've got a spare tire underneath. Charging cable for this as well. Recovery point in the rear if you ever need that. And then this is just to lower down the hatch. Yeah, overall with the two-tone roof and everything, it's got a cool looking exterior. And then quickly popping inside, you can see we've got nice trim sunshades here for the rear passengers. Got blue stitching. If you got a V6 or if you got a Hemi back in the day, it'd have red instead of the blue like what this has. To the vents there in the back. And something that I think is actually pretty smart, you'll notice we've got the gas cap here and then the charging port both on the same side, so you don't have to kind of try to fumble to remember. But anyways, we've got more nice trim up front. You can see memory seats. We've got automatic windows for the front too, blind spot monitoring, and you'll notice we've got rock rails here from the factory. And payload's important for off-roaders. This has 1,050 pounds of payload, so you can add some gear to it. Of course, you got the Trailhawk logo right there. Again, nice trim all down the center of the seat. All of our adjustments on the side. And then you can see here with the light controls, steering wheel is power adjustable. And then quickly pop in here. Bada bing, bada boom. Ooh. So full digital gauge cluster, which is to be expected of a more expensive car. But you notice it shows you your range with your fuel range and then also your EV range as well. And the Trailhawk does come with a 360 camera system as well. And then you got stuff like heated and ventilated seats. We've got a passenger screen. We've got a camera rear view mirror. We also have a panoramic sunroof. But the most exciting stuff is the off-road tech. So just like a Land Rover, this has air suspension. We also have off-road cruise control. We have a sway bar disconnect. Land Rovers actually don't come with that, so that's a big plus to the Jeep. You got your off-road drive modes, and then it has a 2-speed transfer case. So it has all the off-road stuff that you would expect it to have. Got a normal center console. Nice trim here on the top with that. And let's take a peek at that window sticker. So here's a peek at our window sticker for the Trailhawk 4xe. This one has, like I said, pretty much all the options added to it. So you've got the rock rails from the factory. You've got the panoramic sunroof, luxury tech 2 with the power tailgate and everything, hands-free version. And then you got the upgraded safety tech as well. But $76,935 is the total MSRP. So this is really close in price to a Land Rover Defender with the inline 6. And so I will make some comparisons. If you guys want me to do a side-by-side comparison, I could probably put something together. Let me know if you want to see that. But anyways, let's take it out. Okay, well, let's do some fun stuff. So first off, we are in the highest ride height setting. So let's see kind of how this feels. I just reviewed a Land Rover the other day, so I've got that fresh in my mind in terms of how that air suspension feels. And what I've noticed about Land Rover air suspension versus Jeeps, Land Rover takes less time to adjust compared to the Jeeps. And then the other thing is the compression. So when you go over stuff, the Jeep, like both of them feel like you're kind of at the top. The Jeep is a little bit firmer, is what I'd say. Doesn't, like the Land Rover feels like it still has some compression at the top, not a lot, but some. Whereas with the Wrangler, it feels like all of the compression's pretty much gone at the top of the bags. Let's see how this feels getting up and moving. It's gonna lower automatically now that I'm going quicker. Yep, there you go. So now it's in off-road 1. So you can drive around at not a super quick speed, but like a decent pace and still be in off-road 1, which is good. So like if you can imagine if you're going down a forest service trail and you want a little bit more ground clearance, well, you can do that. Again, you're gonna sacrifice some ride quality, but you can do that. Now let's pop it into normal. And with this system, as you go lower, down, all the way to normal, it does improve the ride comfort. Once you go to aero though, because then it's like the opposite effect, because you don't have a lot of travel anymore because you're so low down, it then becomes less comfortable again. So like normal really is the most comfortable height to drive around. But aero's fine, right? And it helps out with fuel economy apparently on the highway. So we've been doing this all the way in EV mode, by the way. Very smooth. And this trim that Jeep's using on the steering wheel is very similar to Toyota's Softex. It feels very similar, at least. So it does take a second for that powertrain to kick in. It's not bad, but it's like a multi-stage situation. So that's something to get used to. Like I said, not bad though. But yeah, super comfortable. I really want to try to show you guys the four-wheel drive system. I did take not a Trailhawk, but a very similar Grand Cherokee with the off-road package. Off-road basically has everything the Trailhawk has, just not the sway bar disconnect. The snow, if this snow didn't look so hard packed, I'd just drive up one of these things. But it's also a dealership car, so I'm like, ah. Let me see if I can find one that looks like it's not too bad. Just don't want to damage anything, of course. If there weren't people parked along the side of the road, we could go up the curb. That would show you at least something. Something. I will say I'm not fond of this engine. I really hope that Jeep, they can keep making this, but I just hope that they give more options to the Grand Cherokee. I had some people say that they haven't put the Hurricane in the Grand Cherokee because it doesn't fit. That sounds like a personal problem to me. That sounds like Jeep needs to go back to the drawing board and, you know, figure their life out a little bit. Because, okay, this isn't going to be a great test, but this will at least, okay, so let's put it up. Again, I understand this isn't the best thing in the world, but you know, we'll make do with what we have, right? And look at that, you got the off-road camera too. So it takes, look, this takes a while for the suspension to raise. There's one, like the Land Rovers, it's like, it's not instantaneous, but like it's quick enough to where like you press the button and then it's raised quick enough where you don't even really notice it. It's still raising. There we go, we're on off-road 2 now. So now we have like 1,000,000 inches of ground clearance. And I'm gonna go back up, but you can see this is kind of like deep. And it's having to work a little bit to get through it. It's not horrible. I'll go back, I'll turn around here and go back up it. This is the weirdest test review whatever I've done on the channel in a while. So I guess what I'll do is I'll just turn in here into this driveway and then I'll flip around here. That'll be easier rather than trying to do it in the middle of the road. A little bit illegal, right? Okay, so go there. Man, this feels so weird being on the top of the suspension. I will say I'm also just an auto. It's pretty cool how it kind of slowly worked through the snow there. Okay, so we'll do this again. And again, forward facing camera so we can really... Okay, let's try to do fresh tracks. Yeah, again, this is like the worst test on the planet, but you know, I think you guys get the point. Like, it's got some stuff, it's got some clearances and everything. So let me know what you guys think about the Trailhawk package. I think it's pretty cool. I think that it would be much cooler if we just had different engine options. You know, Pentastar V6 and this 4xe are just not gonna cut it, I think, just for the Grand Cherokee in general. That's all.